So I want to take a moment here to talk about what the Labrador Trough actually is and the Hudsonian orogeny. So the Labrador Trough is the continental margin for Canada. So when we talked about continents, right, when they initially form, right, if we talk about the edge of the continent, okay, it's going to be a cliff. It's going to be a drop-off. So here we have the craton. If we're going to look at this from a paleogeographic map perspective, here we would essentially have the beach, and here we would go out to the deep ocean. Well, over time, this craton's going to erode, and rivers, let me change that to blue for our water, so our rivers are going to bring this sediment out, and that sediment is going to start to get deposited. So what we're going to start to form is a continental margin. So if you remember, let's get this all erased here, if you remember our continental anatomy, okay, what we see in the Labrador Trough, if we were to take a cross-section, is we have that nice shelf, slope, rise, and abyssal plain. So the Labrador Trough is this feature here, off of the edge of Canada, where we have the shelf, like I said, the slope, and the rise, and the abyssal plain. Now, what happened is we had another continent come in. It's going to work its way in here. So as it collides, what's going to happen to this material out here? Well, this material is going to get pushed this direction, which means it's going to get crunched. So what happens during the Hudsonian orogeny, and there again, there's that word, orogeny, so think of the full Wilson cycle, right? We are closing an ocean basin. We take that nice continental margin that we've called the Labrador Trough, and we're going to make, essentially, this whole area folded up. We're going to make it an accordion fan. So if you go back to the previous picture and look at that nice picture, you'll see that there's all those squiggle marks on there. Well, that's that nice continental margin getting folded up, just like an accordion fan. And remember, it's this Hudsonian orogeny that marks the end of the Paleoproterozoic.